Hello guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about the second half of my week number 48 of 2024. The first half of the week was fantastic, I've obviously spoken about that in a separate video. The second half, not great, to be honest with you. Where do we start? Right, so, woke up 10:30 Thursday, eggs on sourdough, it was very nice. Slow morning. Training was at 1 today, and I could have made it, but I was going to be slightly late, and I made the call to skip it because I had quite a lot to do. And I was like, you know what? The main coach is injured right now, so he's not teaching the classes. I have a lot to do. I need to prioritise it over training because at the end of the day, that's not really my top priority at the moment. So it made me sad, but I didn't feel guilty because I did actually have stuff to do. So I updated all of my clients on their PT schedules, planned the week ahead, on the weekend, sorry, and I cleaned my room because my room was a fucking state. It's already getting messy, and I would cleaned it on Thursday. I just, well, fucking hell. Anyway, did some PT related stuff. I don't remember exactly what, but I haven't noted much down again. Had my hair cut, went to the gym, and knocked back a bit of creatine, and then went to work at 5 o'clock. Thursday was pretty fine. Not really any issues at work. Nothing noteworthy really, so I suppose I'll move on. But that's probably the fastest I've ever covered a day in the history of this whole channel. Woke up around 8, I think the plan was to go straight to the gym, but I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. What actually happened here? Oh shit. Okay, Friday was a bad day. Friday was a very bad day. Okay, so, oh my god. Oh dearie me. Alright, basically, I don't even know what time I went to sleep on Thursday. Well, I finished at work around, I think it might have been like 12:30 or something. It was a bit of a late finish. Went home, probably messed around, probably went to bed at around 1:30, 2-ish. That's not accurate, but I haven't got that written down anywhere, but that's probably around right. And woke up at fucking 12:06 to the main manager texting the group chat saying, "Where are you?" I was like, they don't even DM you, they fucking bait you out in front of everyone, like, "Where are you?" And I was like, fuck. I just texted him, "I'm really sorry, my alarm didn't wake me up," because that was the truth. I set alarms, didn't wake me up. Usually it's hardly ever a problem. If I have a job to go to, like, subconsciously I'll have a much easier time waking up. It's only training that I have a really hard time waking up because I know that it's sort of optional and it's on me. I'm paying my membership, it's on me. When I have a job, I usually wake up, but this is bad because I've only been at this job for 2 months and this is the second time I've done this. And I'm like, what is going on with my body? My sleep has always been pretty deep, but it feels like it's getting even deeper. It's not good. I mean, to be honest, I wake up feeling pretty amazing, but it's very bad for modern life. It'd even be bad for caveman life. If my fucking cave, a saber-toothed tiger crawled into my cave and ate my children, I would still be asleep. Literally, it's that bad. Like when we don't have storms that much, but when we do, people will be talking about it the next day, like, "Fucking hell, I couldn't sleep. Did you hear that storm?" I'm like, no. I just noticed there's a little bit wet in the morning. I never had heard a storm. Anyway, overslept, woke up at 12:06, which is already 6 minutes late. I still had to get ready, jumped in the shower, obviously skipped breakfast. Jumped in the shower, got straight to work, and I got in there probably around 30 minutes late. I said to the boss, "I'm really sorry." He just ignored me. I was like, okay, fair enough. I get he's annoyed. And I had a lot of it's probably the most tables I've ever had to manage ever. They kind of just gave me a big jump, and I mean I'm flattered that they thought I was ready for it, but I guess I wasn't, as evidence of today. It was a few mistakes that just compiled. One of them was I took a table's orders and I mixed up their trout starters, because we have trout starters and we have trout mains, and I mixed it up like a fucking idiot. I went back to clarify with them because I realised once I went to put the orders in on the computer, I was like, wait, this is wrong. Their amount of mains doesn't match up with the amount of people on the fucking table. So I went back and I rechecked, and then I got more clarity, and I got the correct order that time. So I went and corrected it on the computer. However, the way I entered it in to the computer didn't communicate in a straightforward way to the chefs, like the speed to prepare the food at. So 2 of the people got their starters first, and 2 were waiting. It was not a good look for me. And then I was also walking around with a feeling of, I feel like I remember specifically, I was like, I feel like I've forgotten bread. I feel like somebody ordered bread and I forgot. But I was like, no. I looked at all the tables. I'm like, no, I think it's fine. I don't know where this is coming from. Well, it was absolutely correct. Somebody ordered bread for a starter and I completely forgot. Along with his partners. I don't remember what the partner ordered. I think it was prawn cocktail. I completely forgot that as well. So that was really bad. So they brought their mains out, and they're like, we haven't had our starters yet, so they put the mains back. Probably a waste. And then another lady ordered a steak with her friend. I actually knew her. She's come in once before. We had a little joke. And I put the whole one table's bill on her table, but the chef brought it up to me, and I was like, oh shit, that's the wrong table, and we moved it around. So the customers were none the wiser. It's not like we printed the bill off and we were like, hey, pay this please, and it's like a whole other table. No, it wasn't that. They didn't see the bill, but we realised, moved it around, so the customers didn't even know. But I just caused a lot of stress for the kitchen, lost some money for the business. I bet overall I still made money for the business in my whole career there, but that day I probably lost a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, it was really bad. And if I had to give myself credit for anything, I would say I kept pretty calm throughout the whole thing. In my head, I was like, fucking hell, this is not going great. But I was like, you know what, let me sort this out. I was taking it a bit at a time, trying to sort it out. And I was making progress on sorting the issues, like making sure, because the customers were actually very accepting. They really didn't mind. I mean, I will admit the people that missed their starters were a little bit cross, but completely understandable. The people that had their starters a little bit late, they didn't mind at all. And the lady with the bill thing didn't even know, so there was nothing to apologise to her about. So the impact wasn't massive, but yeah, I guess I just caused a lot of stress on the kitchen. I don't really need to go into the details and linger on it for that long, but basically I got sent home. The head manager decided to send me home, and he didn't even have the chutzpah to tell me himself. He told the fucking manager below him to come up to me and tell me. And she's a lovely lady. She comes up to me and she goes, look, I'm really sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you can clock out and go home. We don't want to add any more stress for you. I was like, that's a really nice way of saying it, but they're basically like, look, even though we're busy, we're better without you. I was like, dude, that's like, that actually, not only did that ruin my day, that kind of ruined my weekend, to be honest, because I didn't feel like doing shit for the whole weekend. I feel a little bit better now. I'm now recording this on Monday. I feel a little bit better now. But I did not feel good, especially on Friday. I went up to not the owner, but the head manager who made this decision, who didn't even want to speak to me. He was completely ignoring me the whole day. It was quite childish. But I do sort of get it. But I feel like at the same time, if you're a manager, you need to have good communication. Like, if you have an issue with me, just tell me what it is. Don't ignore me. The kind of things like this kind of make me miss scaffolding, where if the boss didn't like you, he'd call you a fucking cunt. You'd be like, oh, at least I know where I stand, you know. But in these sort of job environments, people will just be really silent and not even passive aggressive. They just won't talk to you. It's like, how are we supposed to operate if you don't talk to me? Like, for fuck's sake. Anyway, yeah. So I went up to him. I said, look, man. I said, are you giving me the option to go home, or are you telling me to go home? And he's like, just go home, Dwayne. I was like, okay. Can I polish cutlery or anything, or fold napkins? And he was like, just go home. I was like, wow, that's really bad. Like I knew I fucked up. I'll take full responsibility for that. I fucked up. But I was like, did it really warrant that? Did it really warrant that? That was very humiliating, and I felt like fucking shit. Rode home. I could have cried, to be honest. I felt like crying. But I rode home, and I think I just laid in bed for a bit. I felt like fucking shit. Yeah, I messaged some of the PT guys, sorted out all of the plans for the people that were progressing through it, and just laid in bed for a bit. I actually had my porridge when I first got in. My dad was like, "You're back early." I'm like, "Yeah, they weren't busy." You completely lied to him. Sorry, Dad. And yeah, after a while of laying in bed, I was like, "Alright, am I going to stop feeling sorry for myself now?" So I went to the gym. I didn't even feel like listening. I literally left my AirPods at home. I did not feel like listening to music. It was pretty unique. Um, Pretty unique. I always love music, and I'm like, I don't even want to listen to music. I literally don't want to. So I'm going to leave them at home. Went and did a gym session, did alright, felt alright. Came home and had some food. I think that was it really for Friday. I felt like fucking shit. Didn't really want to do anything. I think I played a little bit of games. But yeah, it's a pretty bad day. And then also, as I got off my bike, as I got back from the restaurant, I was like fucking kicked out. I got a fucking email saying that I'd been rejected from the fire brigade, and they said when I was there, they said we will give you individual feedback, no matter the result. And I was like, oh great, but then the email says due to a lack of resources, we can't give individual feedback, which is crazy because there was me and only two other people applying, like not applying, but the only two other people interviewing there that day. But I could see inside of the fucking office for the recruitment team, and there was about 8 people. So I'm like, how do you not have the resources? There's like almost 2 of you for every one of us, and you don't have the resources to tell me how I did on 4 tests? I don't understand. How's that possible? So that sort of makes me lead to believe that I may have been rejected again because of the diversity quota, which is really gay. But you know, I don't want to say that because I'm not a fucking maths whiz, you know? There's a chance that, and also 1 or 2 of the interview questions are really weird. I feel like I might have slipped up there, so I don't want to just blame everything because, oh yeah, it's because I'm white, they won't let me in. But that is actually, it is on the table. I'm not saying it's 100% that, but it could be a reason, which is crazy that it could even be a reason. And the fact they refuse to give me feedback, I do lean slightly more towards that possibility. But yeah, really bad day. Saturday, boom, woke up, fucking 7:30 something. Rode my bicycle to my client's house. Did a PT session, and yeah, had a good session with him. He was actually he had a little bit of a hangover, so he wasn't feeling great. So we did like, I don't know, 3/4 of the session, and then called it a day. I then went downstairs with him because he was leaving too, and rode my bike off, and he sped past me in his Mercedes AMG, which is pretty funny. Then I was supposed to go to jiu-jitsu, but because the session ended early, if I was going to go to jiu-jitsu, I was going to be hanging around there for 40 minutes in the cold, and I was like, I don't really want to do that. Can't be bothered. So I went to my nan's house instead. I think that was a pretty good trade. I think I trained jiu-jitsu once this week. It's not good. Fucking hell. I think I've trained jiu-jitsu maybe 5 times last month. I'll count it out. But yeah, not good, man. Went to my nan's. I said, yeah, let's go on. She likes to go on a walk on a Saturday to go and get a paper. So I said, let's do that. And I got to her house and she says, can you help me with my garden work? And I was like, fucking hell, man, you've done me right up. Fuck's sake. I said, let's go on a walk. And all of a sudden now I'm raking leaves in her garden alone. And she's inside. I'm like, this is bullshit, but fucking whatever. Raked them up, put them in a fucking bin bag. And yeah, then we went on a walk afterwards. Just chatted about life and stuff. And yeah, Don't really remember anything noteworthy. It's just nice to spend time with her. I'm always happy to spend time with her until she annoys me, which takes about maybe 90 minutes. But yeah, it was lovely. Came home, napped on the couch for like an hour, had 6 eggs and 4 slices of sourdough toast, which was lovely, and a small chicken. No, not a small chicken breast. That's copy and pasted. But I did have the 6 egg sourdough toast. And then I don't remember what I did for the rest of the day, to be honest. Probably nothing, because I didn't feel like doing shit. I still felt like really shit from Friday. So, just did nothing. Sunday, 1st of December, was supposed to wake up and go to jiu-jitsu. Did that happen? No. I did wake up quite early though. Oh no, I attempted to make waffles, but they failed, which is weird because I did the same recipe that I do every time. Then I used that mixture to make pancakes, but they were slightly strange. So it was a shit start to the day, to be honest, not great. Did some work, PT updates, did a little bit of gaming as well, did a little bit of Valorant. Yeah, so smashed out a bit of that, and then it was time to go to work around 5. Had my spag bowl before I left, went to work. I also FaceTimed my mate. Not FaceTime, like, actually it was a Discord call, a Discord video chat. I don't do many of those. Did a Discord call with him for like 2 hours, just chatting about life. We have a catch up like maybe once every 3 weeks roughly. And yeah, just spoke about life, what's going on. And yeah, I always enjoy speaking with him. It's always quite insightful. Spoke to him about getting kicked out of the restaurant for the day, and he was like, fuck man. I won't even say what he said, but just gave me some advice. So yeah, I went back to work on Sunday. This was my first shift back since I got kicked out. The head manager that was there, that kicked me out, was there, but he didn't mention anything about it to me. And I tried to just get on with it, and I felt like I did okay. One of the girls actually did text me when I was home about like messing up and getting kicked out, and I was like, yeah, how bad is it? And she was like, it's not bad, trust me, you're fine. I'm like, really though? Like, how mad are they? Apparently they just said I'm really a nice guy. They say everyone gets along with me, but they say everyone has their day like this sometimes. But they did actually talk to me after Sunday. I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, so I went to work. Got handed over, which is where you pick up from someone's shift and they tell you what their tables are doing. She didn't really explain it very well, so I just checked up on the computer because I could see. Yeah, that wasn't fantastic either, to be honest. The first table I sat down were complaining that the table was wet, and I was like, yeah, because we just wiped it, you fucking cunt. So yeah, just wiped it again. Like, are you happy now, bitch? Did that. Another table I had it was just really bad luck, Every time they asked for something, I was like, okay, great. I went to the computer, realised we sold out of that. And I went back again. I was like, look, I'm really sorry. We sold out of what you asked for. They asked me for something else. It was steak frites. I was like, okay, thank you very much. I went and we sold out of that too. I was like, oh my fucking god. So, went back as third time. I was like, I'm so sorry. We've sold out of that too. I'm really apologise. And this table was so weird. Like, every time I approached them to ask them something, this one lady would just stare at me with really wide eyes, and I'm like, what are you doing? I just asked you a question. Why are you looking at me like I've just like pissed on your table or something? That's just literally the look she gave me. Like I was literally pissing on their table. Just staring at me like shocked that I've done something horrific. When like didn't answer me either. It was so weird. Saying, hi guys, can I get you any more drinks? And she'll just stare at me. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Okay then, I feel very uncomfortable. And then the other geezer had a fucking dog underneath his desk. And he's like, he was fucking Birmingham. He's like, can I get the dog menu please, mate? I'm like, yeah, I'll look for it. We didn't actually have any dog menus. We lost them all basically. The manager said, we don't have any printed off. And he keeps asking me, oh, can I get the dog menu? I'm like, mate, we don't have it. Just to look online. We don't have it. But yeah, he had an interesting energy about this guy actually. This Birminghamese. This Brummy guy had an interesting vibe. There was also these two girls in the corner, but they were really out of sight. Um, they were already eating their dessert since when I handed over from them, so it wasn't really, you know, I didn't really. Oh shit! I didn't really do much wrong. Oh my god! What's going on? That's hilarious. Just realised my fucking microphone wasn't plugged in. I think it was using my webcam microphone, luckily, so I didn't just waste 20 minutes. But anyway, yes, the two girls in the corner were pissed off because I guess their service wasn't great, but that wasn't actually on me. Um, so as I'm sorting everything out on the computer, I've got a bill that's like the computer's being shit with me. Um, the computer's like glitching. I'm trying to remember the orders from this other table that I've already said we've run out of two of their things. And then these girls come up to me and they go, "Can we have the bill, please? We've been waiting for ages, and also take the service charge off." And in my head, I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" She was like, "Can we pay here?" I'm like, "Look, can I just give me 3 minutes? I'm gonna come to your table. I'm just having an issue here." And she saw that I was like about to fucking lose it, and she walked off. Thankfully. And then the other guy came up to me. Everyone was walking up to me. It made me look so bad. And I swear they didn't even leave it like 2-3 minutes. You know, people were so impatient. And it looked really bad. Everyone's coming up to me. All my tables are walking up to me. And my manager's looking at me like, what the hell was he doing? It was not a good look. And then put the food through. They got it. I was asking about drinks. I think their drinks were alright. Did rotate through the drinks. Put the food down. Everything was alright. They didn't really like the burgers, but that's not really on me. They ordered desserts. They said, "How long would the desserts take roughly?" And I said, "About 15 to 20 minutes, 20 max," which is a fair number. The kitchen took over 30, so I suppose that's on the kitchen, not me, but it still looks really bad on my table as a whole. Like, my table's enjoyment was pretty shit. Um, and yeah, I suppose that is on me to a certain extent. I also forgot to keep my eye on the table. This is not really something I've ever done, but you know, if you have another sitting on the same table, you need to politely ask a table to leave. And it's not really something I've ever had to deal with, so I just haven't. I'm not in the habit of doing that, and I'm fucked up because I realised that I had a table waiting by the bar, and for over like 20, 30 minutes after their booking. And then the fucking manager realised and helped me clean the table down and gave him shitloads of complimentary drinks and bread for waiting. Um, yeah, it was not good. But they actually tipped me £20. And I was like, I just gave it to the owner. I was like, look, this can go towards any money I've lost the company today. And he insisted that I kept it. But I would have happily given it to them. He was like, no, you keep it, man, it's fine. But, you know, they say one thing, but their face and attitude says another. Like, their face says, fuck you. But they're like, yeah, it's really strange. Um, and yeah, so took the food. I mean, yeah. So then after that, it calmed down a little bit and it was okay. But yeah, it was fucking a lot. It was a lot, and it was not good after my previous work day. I feel like I had some curveballs. I dealt with them. Not everything was completely my fault, but I definitely do have a air of responsibility for sure. I'm not denying that. And then after the work day, um, I did cheer up a little bit towards the end. I started to enjoy it again because yeah, I just started to enjoy it a little bit more. And then the head manager went home, and then the second manager was like, "Can I talk to you after work?" I'm like, "Yeah, fucking hell." And like a lot of the girls when I first walked in as well, like the rumours had spread. Well, actually, no, they hadn't. The only girls that were talking to me about it were the same girls that were on the shift that I got kicked out from. So, and they were asking like, "Are you okay? Has anything been going on?" I'm like, "No, just piss off." I didn't say piss off because I was grateful they're actually asking. That's very sweet. I was just like, "No, I'm fine." Which is true. There's nothing else going on. I don't know why I had a really shit day on Friday.
That was before I found out about the fire brigade, so it doesn't make sense. But yeah, fucking hell. Um, it was how do I say? Yeah, so he sat me down. He brought one of the bar ladies there. Luckily, not the fit Brazilian one, 'cause that would have been really embarrassing. But he brought one of the bar ladies there. Just I don't know why he said it. I think she's probably just a training manager and she needs to see how these conversations go down. Um, and he was like, "Look, you've had too many back-to-back mistakes. You know, we're going to extend your probation." I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty fair. I can't really argue with that." And then he said, "Is there anything we can do? Your section's too big." I was like, "Maybe slightly. If we could make the sections a little bit smaller, I'd appreciate it." And he was like, "Great." So I think moving forward, but oh motherfucker, literally, I think that's almost exactly what my auction house job said. They said, "You're a likable guy, but you just make too many mistakes." That's like almost exactly what my last job said, which is it's a worrying trend. Um, it is really worrying, and I'm very scared of being. I hate to feel incompetent, and I feel incompetent right now, and I really don't like it. And like, it's not like I'll just try harder because I am actually trying. That's what scares me, And you think I actually just took an IQ test today. I don't really talk about Monday on a because this is now I'm now in week number 49, but I'll mention it because it is quite relevant. I took an IQ test because I was worried that I was a retard. If anyone's seen Hangover, shout out. If you know, you know. And I've scored above average. So I'm like, hold on, like, what is wrong? Maybe I need to take more tests. Maybe that one wasn't accurate. I know that it's a slightly flawed system. Um, and then again, what the fuck does pattern recognition have to do with weighting tables? But if IQ is a rough measurement, I'm not that bad. I thought I was going to score really low, but I wasn't that bad. So I'm like, what's the problem then? What is the problem? I don't think it's focus because I definitely have focus issues when I'm at home and I have all these distractions, but there's not really any. Well, actually, there's fuckloads of distractions in the restaurant, but they're all sort of important distractions rather than time wasting distractions. But um, yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of looking to do. I've always got a lot of looking to do, for fuck's sake. But yeah, that was not great at the restaurant. I just left afterwards. I just walked out. I was like, "See you guys." Didn't bother waiting for the little convo. I said bye. See ya. Um, Went to the gym with my mate at like fucking 1:30 in the morning. He texted me like, "Yeah, I'm not great right now." I'm like, "What's up, G?" Because he doesn't really talk to me much about girls, but I suspected that it might have been a girl because he went up to Liverpool to see this girl, and I was like, "Is it that fucking girl?" He's like, "Yeah." So I saw him, went to the gym. He was talking to me about it. Of course, I'll let him talk to me. Like, I'll hear anything he has to say because I spoke to him quite a lot about the situation between me and this girl in Asia, and yeah, so I was completely all ears to help him out. And yeah, I just listened to him, told him what I thought, gave him some advice. And yeah, it's gonna suck for him. There's no way around it. He's gonna feel like shit for a few months, and slowly he'll start to feel better. It's just the way it goes, I'm afraid. Hashtag these hoes ain't loyal. I had something to add about my situation with that girl, but I don't remember, which is fantastic. I suppose that means I'm doing all right. Um, oh yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned my ex-girlfriend though, not this girl. My ex-girlfriend last year, who I dated last year, 2 years ago almost. Um, I feel like I may have mentioned this. I'm going to say it again. As I was riding my bike back last week, so I was late mentioning this, but as I was riding my bike back last week, like a car in front of me drove past me, but they like slammed their brakes on and like about maybe 75 meters ahead of me, and then some fucking head stuck out of the car and shouted at me, and I was like, "What was that?" And it was a girl that was blonde, and I recognised the car as like her friend's car from years ago. So I'm like, I think that was my fucking ex-girlfriend. That was kind of strange. I don't know what she shouted. She knew it was me because I was right by my house, and I was on a bike. I'm always on bikes, innit? But yeah, probably more by my house. Um, I was like, oh, I mean, it might not have been her, but it probably was. I was like, oh, that was strange. Just got on with it. And then literally about 3 days later, I'm crossing the road and I look behind me and I see her walking on the pavement behind me. And she definitely saw me, but she did that thing where she just pretended to look really straight ahead. Like all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm really focused on the ahead of me. She's like, what are you doing? She refused to look at me. I was like, what the hell? I thought you were shouting at me from out of a car a moment ago. Now you won't even look at me. That was weird. But yeah, that was just, I thought I'd mention that because that was quite funny. But yeah, whatever. Um, yeah, that was the week. It's pretty shit. We keep moving. Turns out I'm not as retarded as I thought. So I don't know what the issue is, but maybe I don't need to see the issue to resolve. Well, fuck it. Probably does help if I find the issue. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stop the video now because I've got to get some shit done, boy.